Hi guys, it's Beverly. So what I wanted to do is, what I wanted to do here was I wanted to make this pot holder with you guys. Yeah, that's what they're calling it, a pot holder. Remember I showed it in my last video. Let me get some water here before I cough. And it's a free pattern. It's called the Mosaic Granny Pot Holder. And it's from Hobbii. Hobbii. And in my last video, I linked the pattern. And so I thought I made one and I love it. It's a pot holder. And so when you have pot holders, you have to have two, right? So I went to Walmart and I bought this peaches and cream yarn and it was called Stripey. The colorway is called Green Stripes, okay? And they did have other colorways. I didn't go on the website to figure it out, but this is Peaches and Cream Stripey at Walmart. It's a number 4, 100% cotton, and it was $1.97. So I had this much left out of making the pot holder, because you have to make one side and then you make the other side. And I didn't make it as large as the pattern called for, so let's see what my pot holder is. My pot holder is 7 inches. And I think that's good enough. I mean, I have a larger hand, and I think that 7 inches is fine. So I just had this little tiny bit left over, which I think I should use it and, you know, make one of those rings at the top, because it tells you to do that. So you make 2 sides. I didn't put any of that heat resistant material inside of it, but you certainly could have done that. And I have some, but I didn't. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to save this for the little handle, which I could probably do it in 2 seconds. Now, this yarn calls for wow, my eyes are bad. Calls for an H. But I thought it was really thin. Okay? I thought it was real thin. This is an F or a G. This company's calling it an F, but it's a 4.0. So, you know, because some G's are 4.5. The pattern calls for a 3.0, which is considered a CD. It calls for 4 colors of yarn. I got the stripey instead. So what I decided to do, this is real life, you guys. That was my ruler flying on the floor. Now, there's probably a pattern on here for a textured, there is, easy textured crochet dishcloth. So if you don't want to make this pattern, there's one that comes when you buy your yarn. Okay, so I'm going to be brave and try to pull this out of the center. You know, because you get about a 50-50 chance. I'm going to stick the hook in and pull it out. Ooh, look what I got. That's cool. So I'm going to drop that on the floor. Unhook this. So I'm using this 4.0. So, and I liked how it came out in a 4.0. So you guys decide what you want to do. So the first thing it says is, I think you start it just like any other granny square. And it says each round that has a chain 3 to start, and the chain 3 counts as the first double crochet. Now it says to make a magic ring So I'm going to show you how I make my magic ring. I have the yarn. I take it and put it over 2 fingers of my left hand. I know the video is not that close, so you might not be able to see everything, but I take it and I cross over and I have an X. Then I take my other finger out and I have a loop. Then I take my right hand and take the loop, and I still have the X crossed, right? I'm going to put my finger under my working yarn and give the loop still crossed back to myself. And then I'm going to insert my hook in the loop, pull up a loop, and make a chain. That's number 1. Move my fingers up to hold at the bottom of that chain. 2 and 3. So now I have 3 chains. Now in my loop, see I'm holding it? In my loop, I'm going to go back in, pull up a loop, and make a double crochet. Yarn over, insert it into the loop, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, pull through 2, pull through 2. So now I have a chain 3 and 2 doubles. I refer back to my pattern. It says begin with a magic loop, and I hope you will print this pattern because I like to teach people how to read a pattern, because once you know how to read a pattern, you can make anything you want. So step 1, it says magic loop, chain 3, work 2 double crochets. That's what I just did. Chain 2 and work 3 double crochets. Okay, so this first chain is counting as a double crochet, so I'm going to chain 2. Then it said to make 3 double crochets. There's 1. Yarn over. This is not a beginner's video, okay? I have beginner videos. This is just a video to spend time with you and show you me and show me making this pot holder. Okay, I have beginner videos. I think I have a playlist with basic videos. Okay, so there's my 3 double crochets. So I have chain 2, 3 double crochets. Chain 2, 3 double crochets. So this starts out just like any granny square, and you put 2 chains between the clusters, between the granny clusters. Okay, so we're going to be doing the mosaic side first. Okay, so I chain 2 again, and I'm getting ready to do 3 double crochets. So here we go, and then chain 2, and we're going to join in the top of the chain 3. Okay, so I'm going to give this tail a pull, and that's going to pull in my granny square. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. I already chained 2, so I'm working over here in the top of that chain 3. Okay, so I gotta make sure I don't get into the second stitch, but into the loop of the chain 3. And I like to get under 2 loops. Okay, now it says to slip stitch to the first chain space. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to slip stitch through 2 stitches and then slip stitch into the chain 2 space. And you'll notice that this loop is kind of droopy. I want to pull that up. So I'm going to go under that loop that's kind of drooping down, and to do a slip stitch, you go under both loops, pull up a loop, and just go straight across. Okay, I'll do it again. Insert into the stitch, yarn over, and go straight in. I'm going to do it one more time. Go into the chain 2 space, yarn over, and straight through. There we go. Now we're positioned to where we can do the chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now it says to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, chain 1. What did I say? Now when I read a pattern, I follow the punctuation. So if there's commas or parentheses, I do one step at a time. So on row 2, it said to do a chain 3, comma. The next thing it says is 2 double crochets, comma. So I lay the pattern down and I do 2 double crochets. Okay. Then it says chain 2, comma. 1, 2. Then it says 3 double crochets, comma. Okay, so we're going to do 3 double crochets. We're going to look at the pattern again, and it says chain 1. See, I've done this before. Okay, so that's our corner. Now we're going to come over here to the next chain 2 space. We're going to do 3 double crochets. Now I'm going to have to look at this pattern because I might be missing something. No, I'm not. In row 4 is when we start, no, row 3 is when we start our pattern. So right now we're just making our corners. So I have 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. So row 3 is going to start our design. And I have to do one more. And it says comma, chain 1. Okay. Move over to the next chain 2 space, do 3 double crochets. Chain 2, 3 double crochets. Chain 1, skip over to the next chain 2 space, 3 doubles. Chain 2, 3 doubles. Okay, chain 1, move over to this final chain 2 space, do 3 doubles. Chain 2, 3 doubles. Chain 1, and so I'm going to go into the chain, top chain of the chain 3 with a slip stitch. I'm going to slip stitch all the way over to the next chain 2 space. And then into the chain 2 space, okay? Now, if you were going to change the color, your pattern would tell you to do so on row 3. I'm not changing my color. Okay, so the first part of this is we're going to do the first corner, okay? So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 doubles, chain 2, and 3 doubles. So you're going to finish your corner. Okay, I'm still on row 3 and I took a break. So I did my chain, I'm in the first corner of row 3. I did a chain 3 and 2 doubles and a chain 2. So now I need to do 3 doubles. And then a chain 1. Okay, so let's see what else we're going to do here. Now, in the next space, okay, so we finished our first corner. In the next space, work a double crochet, a front post treble crochet around the middle of the stitch from the group from round 1. You got that? Here we go. Okay, so I got my first corner for row 3. I'm going to, and I chained. Okay, so I have 1 chain. I'm going to do a double crochet. Okay, I'm going to get my stitch ring on here because I get this like mark on my knuckle, or it's not a knuckle, there's the knuckle. It just helps. Okay, so I got the yarn wrapped around it. Now I got my first double in this space between the corners. I'm going to yarn over twice because I'm going to do a treble, a front post treble crochet of the double 1 row below. Okay, so what I've yarned over twice, and down here is the center double crochet 1 row below. So I go in behind the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and that gives us a treble, and that's what gives us these lines. Then next, in the same chain 2 space on the row that we're in, we're going to do a double crochet. So you guys see that? We have a double crochet, a triple front post down on this middle one here, and then I went back up here to do another double crochet. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to skip over to the chain 2 space in the corner and make a corner. Okay. I'm going to pause the video while I'm doing the corner. Okay, I forgot to press play on that last one. So I still have 2 more times to show you. So I'm finishing my corner here. I forgot to press record, but we're still good. So I'm making my corner. I got 1 more double. I'm going to chain 1, move over to this next chain 1 space, do a double crochet. Excuse me. Now I'm going to yarn over twice and do a front post treble around the middle stitch from the cluster below. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then in our original chain 1 space, I'm going to do a double and a chain. I'm going to do another corner here. Chain 2, another 3 double crochets, so I got 1 more here. And then we're going to chain 1. Now we're getting ready to do on this row the final front post treble. Okay, so in this chain 1 space, I'm going to do a regular double. I'm going to yarn over twice, go down, and go around the double crochet in the middle, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Then I'm going to do a double crochet in that same space, which there we go. Chain 1, And then now I'm ready to finish this row because remember I didn't press record. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 front post doubles. So now I'm going to go ahead and join to the first chain. I'm going to slip stitch in the next 2 stitches and into the chain 2 space. Chain 3. Okay, now we're ready for row 4. Row 4, we're going to make our corner. So go ahead and make your corner. And I'm going to pause the video so it's not so long. Okay, I did my corner. I'm going to, let's see, are we going to chain 1? Let's see. We're on row 4. Yes. So after this corner, we chain 1. Then what we're doing is we're going over to this next chain 1 space. We're going to do a double crochet and we're going to do the front post treble around the stitch from the row below. And also a double crochet on the other side. Okay, we're going to chain 1. We have another chain 1 space coming up. So we're going to do a double crochet, yarn over twice, and do a front post treble around the double in the middle from the previous row. In that same space, we're going to do a double crochet and a chain 1. Now we're going to complete the corner. Chain 1. I'm going to come over here, do a double crochet in the next chain 1 space. I'm going to do a treble front post from the row below. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a double crochet beside it and chain 1. The next is a chain 1 space, so I'm going to go like this, like we just did. Double crochet, front post double around the middle from below. Okay. Then double crochet in the next door to finish that round, to finish that chain 1 space. Now I'm going to chain 1, do a corner, and you repeat this 2 more times. So we're just going to go trebles, wherever there's a chain 1 space, you do double, treble, double, chain 1, and you have 2 more sides to finish and 2 corners, and I'll meet you back. Okay, so when I left you last, we were over here. I finished that corner. I did the 2 front posts down in the rows below, another corner, and then I did 2 front posts down into the row below. Okay, so I think, no, it was over here. It was here and then up here. Okay, so I joined with a slip knot over, a slip stitch over here. So you did 2 corners and 4 of the front post doubles. Okay, I'm starting round 5. I slip stitch to join, slip stitch to my corner, chain 3, and I've done 2 doubles and a chain 2. So now I'm ready to start the clusters on the first side of round 5. Okay, so pause the video if you're not with me. Okay, this is the first corner on round 5, and I'm going to chain 1. Okay, now the first cluster here with the chain 1 space is just like what we've been doing. Okay, double, and then you do a treble around this front post double around this double crochet. Okay, and I just said that wrong. It's very hard to get it correct. Okay, so there's our first cluster. Double, triple, double. Chain 1. Now, this next cluster, we are going to do the front double around this front double. I chained 1. I'm going to do a double crochet, yarn over it twice, go down to this double, to this triple, see, and make a treble crochet around that treble crochet. So that's what pulls up and makes these long lines. Okay, so we did a regular one, and then in this one we trebled in the treble or around the treble. Now we're going to do one more double, chain 1, and then this next one is just like what we've been doing. So what you're going to notice is the first and the last are like the beginning ones. The ones in the middle will do treble on treble, treble around treble. So what I'm going to do now is finish this cluster here with a double, treble, double, finish my corner, and then the next one is double, treble, double, and then I'll meet you back where we're going to do treble around treble. Are you confused yet? Okay, I finished our cluster here with a double, treble, double, chain 1. I completed a corner. I did a chain 1 and then I did another cluster, double crochet, triple crochet, double crochet, chain 1. Now I'm ready to do a triple or treble crochet around the treble crochet from the previous row. Yarn over, and I'm going to do a double crochet to begin that cluster. I'm going to yarn over twice. I'm going to go down and go around the treble from the previous row. So I did a treble, treble, and now I'm going to do a double. Okay, a treble around the treble. Chain 1, and then over to the next chain 1 space is a regular treble on the double crochet from the row below, and a double. Chain 1 and do the corner. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this row around like I did last time, and I'll meet you back. Okay, chain 1, I'm going to go into this chain 1 space with a double crochet. Get ready for a treble around a treble. Yarn over twice, go around the treble from the row before. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and finish your treble. Do a double, chain 1, and that finishes the treble around the treble. Treble around the treble. Okay, so I'm going to finish round 5, and then I'm going to come back and tell you how many rounds total that I'm going to do. Okay, so I have row 5 done, and I'm looking at this, and I think I did 7 rows. Yes, including the center, I did 7 rows. The pattern, and mine came out 7 inches. Of course, I used a bigger hook than they did, so their finished one came out 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. It looks like they did 11 rows. Yes, they did 11 rows, and I only did 7. But I'm happy with how mine came out. The back part is just a granny, and I'm assuming you know how to make a granny. And then you take and join the wrong sides together, and then you do a single crochet through both thicknesses to join the 2 pads together. And then, like I said, I'm going to add a loop here, and that is just a chain, and you close it, weave in the ends, and you have a loop. So this is the Mosaic Granny Potholder. Hopefully you enjoyed starting it with me, and that you'll finish it. If not, we had some time together, and like I said, this truly isn't a tutorial. It was just some time together. I walked through the steps so you can learn how to read a pattern. This is a lovely pattern. You could just make it one thickness and use it as a granny square, but I made, and I'm making 2 pot holders. Very good, you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for watching.